What is going on, everybody? It's Stealth, and we're back with another Minecraft video today. I seriously hope you guys are doing great and living life to the fullest. And today, guys, I'm answering the top 5 most common questions I get on my channel in regards to Update Aquatic. Now, some of these questions might surprise a lot of you, so it might end up being a very funny video today. But yeah, these are the most common, most frequent questions I get on my channel literally every minute of the day. Like, these are really frequent questions, and they might surprise some of you. So I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Go ahead and destroy that like button for me. It'd be a huge help. And don't forget to hashtag Stealth Army, because you already know we out here replying to every single subscriber in today's video. With that said, let's go ahead and jump straight into this video with number 5. So this is a question I get very frequently on my channel, which is the PS3, the Xbox 360, the Wii U, and the PS Vita getting Update Aquatic? And this might surprise a lot of you, but I get this all the time, and the simple answer is yes. All the old gen consoles, every single console, is receiving Update Aquatic except the Xbox One and the Nintendo Switch. And the reason because the Xbox One and the Nintendo Switch are not getting Update Aquatic on Console Edition is because you guys are getting it on Bedrock. But everybody else is getting Update Aquatic on their console. The old gen, this will be the official last update on old gen. So let's move on to number 4. So number 4 is another question that I get quite often on my channel, but this question alone, I can completely understand why I get this question, which is, are we still receiving more mobs like whales and sharks? Specifically those two mobs, because everybody loves whales and most people love sharks or fear them, right? And if you asked me this question a month ago or 2 months ago, I would have said more than likely yes. And that's because I believed that Mojang would have changed their minds, Microsoft would have changed their minds on how they felt about sharks and whales being on the endangered list, which, if you guys didn't know, yes, there are species of whales and sharks that are on the endangered list, but it's the same thing for pigs, sheep, parrots, I mean, cows. There's all kinds of species that are endangered that already exist in Minecraft. I mean, just look at polar bears. So I find that to be a really poor excuse. And I feel like if you play the game regularly, you're going to notice contradictions all over the place with that excuse. But I'm not trying to make this a rant video. So we're going to go ahead and move on to number 3. But I will say, hopefully by the next major update, or the next major update after that, that they seriously change their minds on how they feel about endangered animals or how they feel about specific animals being in Minecraft in general. But let's go ahead and move on to number 3, which is shields being in Update Aquatic. Now, this is another confusing question because during Minecon 2017, they showed this image with a basically avatar, a person holding a trident and holding a shield. And this was a really cool picture, a really cool image, because this was something that a lot of people have never seen before. You know, obviously a brand new weapon like the trident, and shields, which a lot of people still have never used shields. If you have Bedrock or Console Edition, you've probably never had the opportunity to play around with shields unless you have the Java as well, or if you have mods. But for the most part, most people have not played around with shields. So this was a really cool image to look at, and a lot of people were really hyped to have shields. But then we found out that they're going to redo the entire combat system. And this is something that we actually found out pretty recent, not too long ago, like a month ago, that they're going to redo the entire combat system. And obviously, shields and dual wielding are part of the combat system. So as of right now, we have no confirmed release date on shields, but I would expect at least a year from now. The earliest, maybe 8 to 9 months, but it's going to be closer to a year or well over a year until we see shields again on Bedrock and Console Edition. Now let's move on to number 2. So this is another common question that I get quite often, and I completely understand why I get it, because it's a really cool feature, which is a boss. Are we getting a new boss in Update Aquatic? And this is a question that I wish I could say yes to. I wish I could say yes to all of these questions, honestly. But this one specifically, because you guys know how I feel about bosses. I feel like a boss makes a good update. It makes actually a good update a great update. And unfortunately, Update Aquatic will not have a new boss. And I feel like there needs to be a new boss every year. That should be the goal of Minecraft team. That should be the goal of Mojang and Microsoft Studios, to introduce a new boss every year in Minecraft. And I know as a developer that might be extremely difficult, but I always feel like you should try and do something that nobody's ever done before, and always set your goals high too. And if they need to like hire more people or get more people on board to make this a reality, I think they should do it, because everybody would love new bosses, more bosses in Minecraft. And especially with the Ocean, like Update Aquatic, think about all the bosses, all the cool bosses they could have introduced in the Ocean, but unfortunately we're just not getting a boss in Update Aquatic. Now, I will say there's a good chance we might receive a new boss in the future updates that have been planned already. We already know there's 3 confirmed updates that have been planned by Jeb himself, so there's a good chance we might see a boss in the future. Let's move on to number 1, which I'm sure some of you guys probably already guessed, the number 1 most common question, most frequent question I get on my channel, which is, drum roll please, when is Update Aquatic coming out? Now, I get this question in different variations and different versions. People like to rephrase this question to, when is the release date for Update Aquatic, and is Update Aquatic out right now? So these are so common on my channel. I get this question every minute of the day. And to be honest, someone's probably asking me this question right now as I make this video. It's that crazy. And 4J Studios, Mojang, and Microsoft have all said different things about the release date several times. But I'm just going to go ahead and trust 4J Studios and what they last initially said about Update Aquatic. And here's what they said. Work on Update Aquatic for console editions is progressing, but it won't be released until after all parts of the update have been released on the Bedrock version. We don't have a date for when that will be, but we will let you know when it goes into test. So they basically just told us right there that before they release it, they will let us know that it's in cert testing. And as of right now, they haven't said anything about cert testing unless someone said something on Discord that I didn't know about, or if they just forgot to tell us it's in cert testing. So as of right now, it's not going to be released for a couple more weeks, but that's just going based off of this information right here. But as I mentioned earlier, if they forgot to tell us that it's in cert testing, it could be released as early as tomorrow or the next day or the day afterward. But unfortunately, this has been a problem with Minecraft and with 4J and Mojang for a long time, ever since they, made Minecraft, which is their lack of communication. They're very bad at communicating with the fans, with the community, and when they do actually tell us information, it usually doesn't line up with the other developers, the other studios that work on Minecraft. So you got people contradicting one another, and it's very confusing, and it's very hard to predict the release date. And some people out there just don't understand how hard it is as a YouTuber to predict these things or get information for the release date. But I would just say, guys, just make sure you have notifications on, because I will do the homework, and I will make sure you guys know immediately once Update Aquatic is released. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun recording it. With that said, crush the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. So take care. Peace.